national elections 2024 has been announced, and that means India is ready to vote. India is ready to choose the next Prime Minister. We all have our own perceptions, our own point of views, and our own convictions. But at the same time, it is also important to know who, as a party, as a minister, Prime Minister, contributed more towards the growth of our sector, which is the biotech sector. Now, truth be told, I am not here to judge both of them, but I will present the data in front of you. Rest, you guys can decide. However, at the same time, I will also make sure that I am presenting the data in an unbiased manner, and I'll make sure that you have a clear picture of what really happened in the last 20 years. So to be very frank, the Manmohan Singh government was there for 10 years roughly, and then Sri Narendra Modi's government was there for the last 10 years. Now, when it comes to an unbiased view, a bird's eye view of both the governments, and to see which government did what, we have to see first what was done under that government. So to start with, we'll start with the Dr. Manmohan Singh's government. Now, this government of Dr. Manmohan Singh was marred with controversies which were political in nature, and at the same time, they were trying to work. But we have to keep in mind that if a government is marred with controversies and scams, then their attention goes towards, fixing that instead of the real work. So potentially, Manmohan Singh government really faced challenges more than Sri Narendra Modi's government. However, both had their advantages and disadvantages. Under Manmohan Singh's government, National Biotechnology Strategy 2007 was launched. Now, National Biotechnology Development Strategy was aimed to create India a global leader in biotechnology. And the strategy was aimed to enhance the growth of biotech industry, promote innovations, and develop skilled human resources in the field. That was the golden era. And in fact, in that era, Biotechnica was also started. Now, we saw establishment of biotechnology parks across several mega cities. And these parks, especially Genome Valley in Hyderabad, we saw the International Biotech Park in Pune, we saw, and then the Biotechnology Park in Lucknow was established. Followed by that, they also formed the Biotechnology Industry Research Assistance Council, which is popularly known as BIRAC, B-I-R-A-C. Now, in 2012, Manmohan Singh government established BIRAC to support and promote innovation in the biotech industry. And BIRAC was supposed to provide funding, mentorship, networking opportunities, and innovation support to biotech startups and entrepreneurs. Followed by that, Manmohan Singh government also established the Biotechnology Regulatory Authority of India, which is BRAI, in 2013. BRAI was proposed to regulate the development and use of biotechnology in the country. BRAI was intended to ensure the safety of ethical use of biotechnology products and processes. Now, at the same time, they also took initiatives towards the public and private partnerships, and they invited a lot of biotech entrepreneurs to come and speak to the government. And of course, they created a ecosystem where CSIR labs are networked, and the funding flows from the main CSIR body to all these labs, and the innovation happens in the public domain also. Now, at the same time, they also invested on human resource development. They had the JRFs and SRFs and all that happening. And then they also launched the Biotechnology Industry Partnership Program, which is called as BIPP, and Biotechnology Career Advancement Program called as BCAP. Now, at the same time, Government of Karnataka also took initiatives in those era, and we saw the formation of the biotechnology, separate biotechnology body in BTFS. We saw BKBITS, we saw Karnataka Biotechnology Innovation Technology Council. So we saw all of that happening in Karnataka also, as well as across India. In my view, these were all seeds, right? So the seeds were sown and the plant grew during the next 10 years. So this particular era ends around 2013, and 2014, the Modi government takes charge and power. Now, Modi government came into power with a lot of challenges which the economy was facing. At the same time, the industry was also facing. And I'm not here to say that I'm a big fan of Sri Narendra Modi or not a big fan, but I'm going to now present whatever data we have about Sri Narendra Modi's tenure in the last 10 years. Now, truth be told, Shri Narendra Modi built on the seeds which were sown during the Manmohan Singh's government. However, I would say that Manmohan Singh government had more opportunities than Shri Narendra Modi to sow more seeds, but we only saw a few of them happening because 10 years is a huge chunk. So it is easy to compare today because we have two 10 years, but at the same time, we have to remember that people didn't notice biotech industry till the last 5 years. Before that, both the governments actually didn't notice much. But yeah, we saw more progress happening in Narendra Modi's government, probably because of the pandemic also. Because the COVID pandemic opened the eyes of the government. It made them realize how important the biotech sector is, the healthcare, health tech and health diagnostic sector is. And then they started investing more. More initiatives were taken in the last 5 years actually. But yeah, when we are comparing, so we have to always compare the last 10 years. So now coming to the Narendra Modi's government. So Shri Narendra Modi himself has a scientific point of view towards things. So he has always encouraged science in all his conversations. We saw the growth of biotech economy, the bioeconomy, biotech industry from $10 billion to $80 billion. So we saw in the last 10 years, it jumped from $10 billion to $80 billion. The expectation was that it will touch $100 billion by 2025. Hopefully it will. But currently it is at $80 billion. Now, you have to know this, that the entire US bioeconomy is $673 billion, while India is 80. But India has seen 8 times growth. So that is promising. Now, followed by that, we saw increase in the number of startups. So during the Manmohan Singh's government, because there was no supporting body, BRAC was also formed towards the end of their tenure. So we had a handful of like hundreds of biotech startups, including Biotechnica. We were just 100 or 150 startups. I still have that list, which we compiled in 2006. So from that list to today, as we speak, if I combine health tech, pharma startups and biotech startups combined, we have probably 70,000 plus at this juncture, which are functioning. Now, these startups are of the scale of like a one-person company to, 10 or 50 membered company also. So yeah, there are now startups more than the Manmohan Singh's era. Followed by that, we saw a lot of initiatives being taken by the Modi government, such as the Biotech Startup Expo, the Atal Innovation Mission, the Make in India initiative, Atmanirbhar Bharat campaign, and all of this was done to promote innovation and support in the R&D sector. In fact, as we speak, there is an expo happening in Delhi right now where they are promoting startups. So there is a startup expo happening. So yeah, these are the things which is very important for the biotech startups and biotech innovation ecosystem. Then we saw the impact of these initiatives on healthcare. So we saw the Ayushman Bharat scheme happening, which has increased the demand for healthcare. And the government is focusing on saturation of beneficiaries and cent-person empowerment of the poor, which can further boost the biotech sector. Followed by that, now thanks to all these initiatives, India today at this juncture has a global recognition in the biotech space, which was not there earlier. Earlier, we were known only as an IT country. We were just the back office of the Western countries for IT, but today we are the main innovation office for biotech companies also. You have mega companies such as Bayer and Biocon headquartered here, right here in Bengaluru. And this presents diverse opportunities to all the biotech population out there. Now, at the same time, since BRAC was formed somewhere around 2012-13, BRAC started functioning in a stronger way. Now, Karnataka's role in the national biotech space has been very important and very crucial. So just to give you example, we have in Karnataka, there is a Bangalore startup space, which is called as a Bangalore Bio Innovation Center, BBC. And BRAC and BBC work in such a great sync, and they have done a lot of things, on-ground things for a lot of startups. The other day I was in BBC and I saw so many biotech startups right inside one building. So you have IBAB, behind that you have Center of Human Genetics, and followed with that, behind that is the Bangalore Bio Innovation Center. And all these companies like Pandorum, Anabio, a lot of other companies are there in this BBC building. So yeah, that's a great job being done in Karnataka also. So all these companies together are bringing the international recognition to the biotech sector. BRAC has been playing a great role here, and they have been providing funding, research, innovation, industry, academia collaboration. And at the same time, we do have C-Camp also, which is again in Bengaluru. C-Camp is hosting, I think, more than 350 to 500 startups right in the NCBS campus in GKVK. And they have also played a very crucial and important role in the entire startup ecosystem. So all of this happened in the last 10 years. At the same time, we are seeing the bioagriculture taking off. India is the leading producer of BT cotton today and has the 5th largest area of organic agriculture land globally, and that contributes to the growth of the biotech sector. So agri-biotechnology has started taking off now, and followed by that, we are seeing now bio-IT and services, bio-IT taking off. So today, India, because we were already strong in IT, and now that bio-IT, AI, ML is coming, so we are now probably going to pivot towards offering stronger capability in contract manufacturing, research and clinical trials, and we will be home to most of the USA approved plants outside of the USA. And that will make us a key player in the global biotech market space. At this juncture, India has multiple opportunities which it can encash, which is India can deliver cheaper, faster, better, more efficient, everything. Now that we have compared, and we can say that, okay, looks like the Shri Narendra Modi's government has done more than Dr. Manmohan Singh's government. We have to remember that Dr. Manmohan Singh and his government was totally busy with controversies. They probably never had time to look towards the biotech sector, which was just a tiny dot in the entire ecosystem, in the entire economy. While Shri Narendra Modi had a lot of time to focus only on the work side of it, because he's a very strong administrator, and that means he has no time to waste, and people will not even dare to involve him into controversies, which obviously people have tried, but they have failed. Now that we are looking at both sides, we have to also remember that Shri Narendra Modi's first tenure was just full of fixing things of the previous government probably, but they never got time in the first 5 years of their tenure for biotech sector. They never had that. Okay. Thanks to the COVID pandemic, okay, the government's focus towards the sector increased. When India became the back factory to create the vaccines for the world, then the government realized that, hey, we are ignoring this sector, and right now this sector is only saving all of us. And then they started focusing more on this sector. So I cannot say that it was only Sri Narendra Modi's contribution. It was the pandemic also which diverted the attention of the government from regular usual things to the biotech sector. Can I say that the biotech sector is in best shape today? The answer is no. The biotech sector in India is facing numerous hurdles, and I'm going to enumerate few of them now, so that the future government, the future bureaucrats who are watching this video will know, okay, how to fix and what should be the priority. Now, at this juncture, we are seeing a lot of traction towards antimicrobial resistance, which is the next pandemic. India is a diabetes capital of the world. India is facing one of the worst healthcare issues where a lot of young people are, dying from cardiac arrest. So there has to be more empowerment of the healthcare professionals, health tech professionals, biotech professionals, pharmaceutical professionals. We have to now look at the challenges which the industry is facing right now and fix it. Just today, there was a post by Dr. Jagdish Mittur, who is the honorary chairman and president of iBiome, and he shared that when BT cotton got approval years ago, and today we are one of the largest producer, why can't we now get approvals for other things, which is biotech? Why not BT brinjal? Why are we so scared of it? Why not take the risk, experiment, find out what happens and move to the next? The first problem which the biotech sector is facing is the regulatory hurdle. So the regulatory framework for biotech products in India is still evolving, and there are concerns about the lack of clarity and consistency. Today, bureaucrats and politicians are making decisions not on the basis of science, but on the basis of public opinion. Remember, you cannot practice science if you are scared of public opinion. You have to make sure that scientific decisions in the country are based on science, not public opinion. The second is limited funding. I know a lot of biotech startups, including us, which suffers from funding crunch. We can actually become the real back office of the entire world if the biotech sector is supported. Today, biotech sector is heavily reliant on government funding. And that also doesn't come on time. At the same time, there is a need for more private investment to support research and development. There are great entrepreneurs in the biotech sector as we speak, but they are not getting the support. Just yesterday, there is a news that Bio, which is a biotech company in Bengaluru, got approval from government of Karnataka that they'll be supplying these flushable sanitary pads to the government. So now these kind of encouragement has to be required, and now this has to be showcased in the expos. You see, the Bangalore IT Expo, which happened recently, they had a BT component also, but it was hardly 10 stalls. If you want to grow the biotech sector, you have to give a unique identity to the biotech sector by conducting Bangalore Bio once again in India, in Bangalore, like we do BioAsia in Hyderabad. So this has to be there. The third problem which India faces today is a lack of skilled manpower, and that is where Biotechnica is working currently. We have a lot of professionals in the biotech sector, but lack of skilled manpower. They hardly cannot focus the microscope. They cannot do titration. They cannot handle HPLC, GCMS, LCMS. So this is where the problem is. So we have to create an ecosystem where the government as well as private colleges partner with companies like Biotechnica, skill development platforms like Biotechnica, and we bridge this gap. We understand the industry, we talk to the industry, and we train them beforehand so that they can be placed faster. Remember, if there are so many startups, definitely we can have so many placements. But what is happening? They lack basic skills. At the same time, there is no unique one platform where biotech startups can recruit, and that is where Biotechnica comes into picture. We are that platform, and platforms like Biotechnica should be encouraged, recognized, and supported. Now, that's something biased, but yeah, I definitely believe that's the solution. Next is infrastructure and technology. So like I said, Bangalore Bio Innovation Center, BBC, is in Bangalore, right? And it is housing more than 100 startups. Similar biotech parks should be there in multiple cities. And these biotech entrepreneurs should be given subsidies, should be given less rental, high-powered infra access. And then you see how much magic these guys can do. So infrastructure and technology is inadequate in the biotech sector as we speak, and there is a need for more investment from the government side as well as private investors. Now, followed by that, important aspect is in intellectual property protection. There is no intellectual property protection guarantee. So we do have systems, we do have intellectual property laws, but the enforcement is not there. So when there is no enforcement, what is happening? Today, there are more than, I think, 1 crore cases pending in high courts and Supreme Court. They don't have time for all of this. So what biotech startups do is, even though they have the patent, they'll go and register in US because they know that in India, patent cannot be defended. And that is how we lose a lot of good entrepreneurs and IP. Intellectual property protection laws has to be more strengthened, and we have to have skilled lawyers for biotech patent laws. Next, followed by that is access to the market. So Indian biotech sector is currently struggling to gain access to the international markets, and there is a need for more support for it. Just to give you an example, Association of Biotech-Led Enterprises, ABLE, which conducts so many expos across US, and then the Indian startups go and present over there and have stalls. Now, these expos are pretty costly for able to conduct also, or when they participate in Bio Boston or stuff like that. So those will be in dollars, but these startups cannot afford, right? So somewhere somebody has to create such more platforms, say Bio Dubai or Bio Bangladesh or Bio India. We have to have more such expos, conferences where we can solve all of this problem and also meet the entrepreneurs face to face, talk to them what challenges they're facing, and solve them. So, this video started with judging them and is ending with the problems and challenges which we are facing. But at the same time, I will still say that the Narendra Modi government could do more compared to the Manmohan Singh government. But all thanks to the pandemic, that really got accelerated. But my question to you is, do you think Manmohan Singh government would have handled the pandemic the way Shri Narendra Modi's government handled? Let me know in the comment section, and that will give you an answer who did more for the biotech sector. Because for the growth of biotech sector, or for that matter any sector in India, we need strong hand. We cannot have a government which is just busy in controversies so that the real issue vanishes somewhere, right? So I will not now say that Mr. Modi is good or Dr. Manmohan Singh was bad. I would just leave that answer to you. Let me know in the comment section, what do you say? And what more has to be done for the biotech sector? Put them down in the comment section. And I believe some bureaucrats will definitely see your comments and definitely they will act up. Till then, please take care. Thank you for watching.